Listeners' questions now, Tobes.
Yes.
First one, very short and sweet, through Twitter. ABs versus Kangaroos, fellas. What do you think? That came from Sam on Twitter.
Right. Interesting.
This is serious as well. Like, this is not a
actually
rumour.
serious, though?
No, I was listening to an interview that my good friend Fozzie, or as you like to call him, Ian Smith, and he was saying that it's genuine, that they've made contact, that he's interested in it, and they are saying that it could net £10 million. That's how much the game would be worth.
Really?
Yeah. Pay per view.
Right, okay, yeah.
Okay, so you thinking there's not a lot of sport on.
No.
You've got a one-off match.
Yeah.
10 million quid.
Jeez.
And as we know, the coffers, the bank is empty at the moment and they need the money.
So five mil each.
5 min. 10 I think it'd be more. I think they're underestimating how many people would pay.
Really?
20.
Would you pay for it?
100%.
Would you?
100%.
£10 each then, eh?
Yeah, I'd be serious.
Yeah.
I would have a party. Not that you're allowed a party during COVID. If we weren't in COVID, I'd have a party. Because of COVID, me and you and our family round.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'd pay. 100% pay. There's nothing else going on.
No.
It's a one-off game. It's part of history, arguably.
So what are the rules then for it?
Well, they haven't come up with that. But this is what I'm recommending. Well, this is what I think will happen.
Okay.
It'll have to be a hybrid of rules, but it's going to look way more like rugby league than it would rugby. You couldn't play rugby because scrum's dangerous, line-out's dangerous, and ruck's dangerous for the leaguey boys.
Yeah, true.
Okay. Whereas the New Zealand ABs, they've got enough players who have played league or have watched a lot of league.
Yeah.
That they would have...
And the rules are a bit easier, I think, aren't they?
Yeah. I think where it would be interesting is in that defensive line, are you going to expect the All Blacks to get back?
Well, you kind of have to, don't you?
No, that's what I think they'd just have a tackle line and they'd play from there.
No, you can't do that.
No, trust me.
You
it would have to
do
be.
That. No.
Because it was such a big advantage to the Australians. Kangaroos.
I don't think it will be on the tackle line, but it should be maybe 5 metres back. 2 metres back.
2 metres.
Because if they're on the defensive line or on the tackle line, you're not going to get anywhere.
Well, this is where they would swing back to the New Zealanders. Being swing back to the rugby, not the New Zealanders, or any rugby team, that would swing back to them because that's what they're used to. And actually, that's what they play. You think about rugby, they play that way all the time. There's no offside line. Normally the tackle happens, no one goes into the ruck, and they're right there.
Yeah.
So it would be to their advantage. And it would be such an advantage that it would probably swing the game quite significantly back to the rugby player. Just that one rule change. If you then chucked in line out, well, you couldn't have a scrum as normal. So I'm going to say it would be a little bit more interesting than I first thought. I kind of thought unless it was rugby, the ABs would really struggle. But actually, we've had a little look at a team and we've thought that we wouldn't be too far away. I think the other issues that they'd have to overcome was the only way it could happen is if the Kangaroos came to New Zealand and did their 2 weeks quarantine, because you wouldn't want to play this match without a crowd. That would be ridiculous.
Yes, no, I agree.
And you think you could easily fill the stadium, any stadium that they're playing, anywhere in New Zealand. You could go World Cup, make it as big as you could possibly can at Eden Park. You get in there 80,000 extra, not extra seats, but get it up to 80,000 like they did, I think, for the World Cup, or 60,000 or whatever, and you'd fill it out. Whereas if you go to Australia, you can have no crowd, which would be ridiculous. It would be awful to play that game with no crowd.
Well, you'd have the crowd on the telly, wouldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like they do in the football. Yeah,
terrible crowd noise. Well, I'm not sure whether it's
getting better.
So that's another thing that would swing it towards New Zealand again. They'd have to be in 2 weeks quarantine.
Yeah.
Who's going to ref it? I'm going to say Nigel Owens. He'd be a good man to referee it. He would have a great understanding of rugby, but he would be good enough to adapt to the league kind of styly rules. That would also be interesting.
Interesting, yeah.
And the only other area they've got to get over is the injuries, because let's be honest, rugby league tackles are
aggressive,
and they wouldn't be legal in rugby union. That would be my first thought. Is
True.
it better to play Australia versus Australia League versus Aussie?
Nah.
They need the money.
Straight into it.
They need the money.
Straight into it.
New Zealand v New Zealand, and then the winner plays the winner.
No, I think maybe New Zealand League versus Australian Rugby. Australian League versus New Zealand Rugby.
Okay, I'd go with that. But they both have to be played in New Zealand. That's the only thing.
Yes.
So, but we've picked a little team, haven't we?
We have,
and this was really quickly.
I've actually
really quickly.
I've actually picked up the positions here as well.
Oh, okay,
so we can say where they'll go. So we think Dane Coles.
100% Dane Coles.
He can be a prop.
100%, yeah.
Yeah. And then you've gone Anton Leonard-Brown at hooker.
There's no contesting of the scrums. No. And he kind of plays that kind of busty kind of style.
True.
We've gone Cody Taylor as the other prop as well.
We have, yeah.
Both good ball handlers.
Yes.
Good runners with the ball.
Yeah. Who's PT?
Patrick Tuipulotu.
Oh, yeah. So he's going in the second row, is he?
Second row, mate.
Or do you want him in the lock position?
Aren't they the same thing?
No. So not in league, mate. Not in league. Anyway, so we've got him in there. We've got Caleb Clark.
Yeah, big unit, eh?
And we've got Sam Cane.
Yep. Sam Cane just to calm everything down, control it, big hits. Workhorse,
yeah. Then we've got
Hoskins
Satutu. Got to be in there somewhere.
And Aikida Ioane.
Yes.
Big ball carrier again.
God, those are going to be those two are backs.
No, because it'll be a hybrid, mate.
Yeah,
hybrid.
True.
It'll be a hybrid game.
Okay. And then we've got Weber.
Got to have Weber.
Somewhere. He's
runner. Quick.
Rapid.
Well, he chased down Severis, didn't he, on the weekend?
Yeah.
That's how fast he is, yeah?
Richie Mwanga, standoff.
Yep. Good old Richie.
Yeah. We've got Rico Gear. Rico Gear goal.
He was good, eh? He was good.
He went to Gisborne Boys High School.
Did he? He wasn't as good as I thought.
And Jose.
Jose was a hell of a player as well.
He was tall. Anyway, we've got Rico Ioane.
Lamape, who's played league.
He's played the game.
Severis,
yeah.
And BB.
We've got Bone Barrett, but you've crossed out Ben Lamb there, mate.
On the bench.
Your best friend, Ben Lamb.
Ben Lamb on the wing. Hard to stop.
Your best friend,
eh? I love Ben Lamb. What a legend.
You do.
I will miss him when he's gone to Europe. Yeah, hugely. So that's who we would select. Now, if you disagree with us, and I'm sure many of you will, then please get onto the Twitter. Let us know your starting lineup. Now, for me, it'd be a hybrid. That's where that hybrid, they wouldn't play 15, but they might play 14. That's where they might make one of those things. But I would love to see it happen. The ABs would have nothing to lose because they wouldn't be playing rugby. The Kangaroos would have nothing to lose because they wouldn't be playing league.
Yes.
So it would be in right exhibition. It would be interesting. I mean, it could go completely and utterly in one direction, but I have a funny feeling that it might start off in favour of the leagueies, and it might sort of take the ABs 20, 30 minutes to get into the game. Yeah. Maybe by that stage it'll be too late.
Yes, maybe.
But then they could come back, roaring back. It could be quite interesting. I think the lots changed since, Bath played Wigan all those years ago. Rugby's taken a heck of a lot from rugby league, not just players, but structures, defensive structures, attacking structures. So therefore, there's way more of a crossover that's happened anyway.
Our second question. Greg Turner. This was on the Gmail?
This was on the Gmail, yeah.
People always talk about the old Super Rugby being better. What is the difference, and was it actually better?